1.
Go ahead.
The world seems like a smaller and smaller place all the time. Travel time between these continents have never been shorter than they are today. But one thing that you still can't do is drive around the entire world. Sure, you can always just fly, but wouldn't it be nice if instead you can go on a road trip between Europe and North America, or North America to Asia? Is it actually possible to build a global highway system that will connect all the world's continents? And if it is, then should we actually do it? Well, here's Sam from the Bandline channel. Have us interesting to discuss the current highways that will face the global highway system. So, how connected is the current road system? So there is to be 4 distinct road systems on Earth. The biggest one being this one, the Earth-Asian one, the one spanning Europe, Asia, and Africa. These 3 continents all connected by land, so it makes sense that they're all connected by road. Right? Wrong, because I lied. It's impossible to cross from Africa to Asia fully on land because of this, the Suez Canal. This is the canal that makes the trip from Europe to Asia by boat, this instead of this. The only physical connection between the 3 continents is therefore the 3 bridges spanning the canal. But the road system is still contiguous, so it still counts as one big road system. Speaking of big things, the first smallest country in the world, the 6th largest country in the world, and the first smallest continent, Australia, is its own major road system. But there's not really much more to say about. Unless if you go a little bit this way, you get to America, both of them. Much like Africa and Asia, the Americas are technically not connected because of a man-made canal, the Panama Canal. But that's not a problem, because there are multiple bridges spanning the new waterway. The problem is this, the Darien Gap. Not a single road crosses this desolate swampland going over the Panama-Colombia border. The area is overrun with paramilitary forces and drug lords. There's just not enough demand to make building a road worth it. So that's why North America and South America have 2 completely separate, unconnected road systems. So to recap, these 4 areas all have pre-extinct road systems, but none of them connect with one another. So how can we fix that and live in a world where you can drive from New York to London and back again? Let's imagine that this global highway will start in Cape Town, South Africa, all the way to Punta Arenas in Chile, the southernmost major city in the world with a population over 100,000 people. The current highway system to Cape Town to Kinshasa will continue just fine, and it'll take you 51 hours to complete the whole drive. But once in Kinshasa, our first problem arises. There is no bridge over the Congo River between Kinshasa and Brazzaville, so the only current way across is by a ferry. In order to connect the global highway system, we need to build a bridge which will cost around $444 million. Assuming that it's built, the drive to Dali in Morocco can continue just fine with existing highways. The total driving time between all of Africa so far stands 7 days and 6 hours. But here we encounter one of the largest problems to our global highway, the Mediterranean Sea. Luckily at this point though, the sea separates Morocco from Spain by only 14 kilometers. But it's not the length that's the problem, it's the depth of the water, which is up to 900 meters deep at some parts. It would be an insane engineering challenge to complete, and the cost will cost around $24 billion. But let's assume that it's built and you're now across from Africa in the top of the town of Algeciras in Spain. You can drive from this town all the way to the other side in Magadan, Russia. The total driving time of this would take 7 days and 11 hours. When combined with the trip from Cape Town, the total driving time is 14 days and 17 hours. But getting from this, if you live in Indonesia, Australia, New Zealand, or the Philippines, I'm sorry, but it's currently not possible to build a bridge connecting you guys to the global highway system. The distance is even the Philippines and Indonesia and Australia and New Zealand, all from everything else, which means that any bridge built would have to be at least 165 kilometers any open ocean, which is not very feasible. So basically, if you're living anywhere in Eurasia, you would be able to drive to Magadan. But getting from there to North America is perhaps the greatest challenge that the system faces. This is a map of the Russian highway system. As you notice, this entire area here is full of nothing. Over 2,000 kilometers of a brand new highway will have to be built to connect the small village of Ulan to the Bering Strait. But luckily, mainland Alaska is only 82 kilometers of where the bridge will be constructed at. But the bridge doesn't have to be that far alone because of these. The Diomede Islands, luckily in the center between Alaska and Russia. Because of them, you only need to build 3 separate smaller bridges instead of one long one. And the water depth is actually quite shallow at only 55 meters deep. But still, due to the freezing temperature, the cost of building would be enormous. And the system would likely cost an insane $105 billion to complete. And then there's the problem that the closest town in Alaska is 165 kilometers away of where the bridge will be constructed at. So another highway would have to be built to connect all the way to there. But this town is even further away, separated than the rest of the road system in Alaska, which means that even more road highways will have to be built to connect all the way down to Fairbanks. From here, finally, you can take an existing highway of a 129-hour drive to your visa, Panama. The existing roadways ends here at the aforementioned Darien Gap. So if the area can come a little more safe and a highway was built across in the future, you could drive even further all the way down to Punta Arenas in Chile, southernmost major cities in the world. To recap all of this one more time, these areas would have to see some major construction progress to build a global highway. Along this route would be from Cape Town to Punta Arenas. It would be over 52,000 kilometers long, take you over 28 days of driving time, and the entire system would cost at least $233 billion to complete. That's a little over 1% of the United States' GDP, or about 38% of what the United States military spends on in one full year. That might not seem like much until you remember you can always just fly from Cape Town to Punta Arenas for about $2,000, and it would only take about 27 hours instead of 675 hours. How long is that thing?
Lucas,
No.